Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Railtel Corporation Q4 FY24 post-results earning conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vishal Periwal from IDBI Capital. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thanks, Sejal. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Railtel's post-result earnings call for Q4 and FY24. First of all, I'd like to thank the management for giving us this opportunity to host their call. And today's dais is graced by Shri Sanjay Kumar ji, who is the Chairman and Managing Director, Shri V. Rama Manohar Rao ji, Director Finance, Shri Manoj Tandon ji, Director Projects O&M, and Shri Yashpal Singh Tomar ji, who is the Director Network Planning and Marketing. So as usual, we'll have a brief overview from the management on the gone by quarter, and then we'll line open for Q&A. Sanjay sir, over to you.
धन्यवाद पेरीवाल जी और नमस्कार सभी को. A very good afternoon to all investors. It gives me great pleasure to interact with you on the company's performance in the backdrop of Q4 and yearly audited financial results of the company for financial year 2023-24, which were declared by the company on 2nd May 2024. The company achieved total revenue of rupees 852 crores for Q4 as against rupees 675 crores in Q3 of FY24 and rupees 707 crores in Q4 of FY23, registering a sequential growth of 26% quarter-on-quarter and 21% year-on-year basis. The operating revenue of the company for Q4 is rupees 833 crores as against rupees 668 crores in Q3 of FY24 and rupees 697 crores in Q4 of FY23, registering a growth of 25% Q-on-Q and 20% year-on-year basis. The telecom segment contributed rupees 336 crores and project segment contributed rupees 496 crores in company's operating turnover in Q4. The profit before tax in Q4 of FY24 is rupees 102 crores as against rupees 84 crores in Q3 of FY24, registering the growth of 21% quarter-on-quarter basis. The company posted profit after tax of rupees 78 crores in Q4 of FY24 as against rupees 62 crores in Q3 of FY24, registering the growth of 26% quarter-on-quarter basis. EBITDA for the Q4 of FY24 is rupees 145 crores against Q3 of FY24 of rupees 125 crores, thus registering a growth of 16% quarter-on-quarter. For the year ended 31/3/2024, the company achieved a total income of 2,622 crores and a total PAT of rupees 246 crores, registering a 31% growth respectively in both parameters in turnover as well as profits as compared to the last year. I would also like to share about two important events which happened recently. One is that we have recently finalized an MOU with Quadrant Future Tech Limited, forging an exclusive partnership for aggressively participating in Kavach tenders, which was awaited by our investors for quite some time. Quadrant Future Tech is Limited is under the process of final approval by RDSO as an OEM for Kavach product. Combining this with our in-house expertise, we are committed to contribute in the journey of Indian Railways for implementation of indigenous safety systems like Kavach, and will also explore to proliferate the Kavach technology abroad as well. The second event, which is also significant, is that with the support of Indian High Commission in South Africa, we have signed a tripartite MOU with Innovitel and Seco Africa Energy and Infrastructure for Seco Group. In this collaboration, we are exploring opportunities in telecom, railways, and other IT/ICT businesses in South Africa and the adjoining area. This is a leap forward for us to take Railtel services beyond the border. We express our profound gratitude for the trust bestowed upon us by our investors and stakeholders whose unwavering support propels us our continual ascent. Jai Hind. Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Sanjesh Jain from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for taking my question. I got few of them. First, can you help us with the order book which we have as on 31st March? And number two, what is the expectation of order book for our FY25, both from railway and non-railway segment? And related question would be on the Kavach. Now that we have signed an MOU, can you help us understand how does Railtel fits in this ecosystem, and what is the margin from that particular project, and what is the size of incremental order we are looking from that MOU which we have signed?
Thank you, Sanjesh. Thank you for being with us continuously since our listing.
Thank you.
So our current order book size is around 4,700 crores. And out of this, we expect to implement and convert into revenue is around 2,000 odd crores this year. So that is the second question. And third one is related to Kavach. So Kavach, we have been, I think, answering this question for quite some time, that what we are doing in Kavach. So I have always informed the respected investors that we are on the job. And now we have completed the first step towards it, and that we have signed an MOU with a new entrant in this area. They are an old company already working in railway sector. So now they have developed this product, Kavach, which is compliant not only to the existing deployment specifications, but to the latest standards which are 4G complied. So the earlier Kavach product was not 4G compliant. So this new product is 4G compliant already. And the POC testing are underway. And we have already decided to associate with them from this stage. I am not really aware, but we are expecting that in next maybe 2 to 3 months, the tenders would come and we will compete in these tenders. And we expect that next 3-4 years, we may be doing, if we talk of Kavach exclusively, then maybe 4,000 to 5,000 crores of deliveries we should get these orders to the tune of 4,000 to 5,000 kind of delivery orders. And if we talk of complete system like LTE and this one put together, So there, I guess that we will try our best to get even better, but we hope that we'll get orders to the tune of around 5 to 7,000 crores of orders. LT as well as Kavach.
5 to 7 on 5G, or it is total Kavach plus?
It is total. So both are part of the same system, but the OEMs would be different. Tenders are also coming separate. They are not in one tender.
Okay. So one will be for deploying 4G, the other will be for the deploying Kavach.
Yeah.
And both put together, you're telling, could be in the tune of 5 to 7,000 crore.
Yeah, that will be complete system of train collision avoidance system.
Got it. That's fair and quite a good news. Just to understand a little bit more, you said it's a new entrant and it is still under the POC. Who are the competition here in the Kavach for us? It's the companies like Siemens?
No. Right now, one is Medha. The other one is HBL Knife. And the third one is Cernex. And GG Tronics is also another new entrant whose product is also under testing.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
And the company you said is Quarter Future Tech. Is that name?
Yeah, Quadrant Future Tech.
Okay, Quadrant. Okay.
Quadrant.
Got it. And they are quite established and capable company.
Yeah, they have a good experience of working in railway sectors. They are already working in this sector.
Fair enough.
Their products are different though, but yeah.
That holistically answered my question very well there. Second on the telecom service, I think we were hopeful of doing double-digit 10-12% kind of a revenue growth this year, and we probably ended in a mid-single digit. What's happening on the telecom side, and what are the challenges we are looking at, and how should we see this revenue in next year?
Yeah, actually, if you are aware, I think, so 5G, number one, 5G could not get the kind of fanfare it was launched. But I think telcos are also struggling. So 5G also could not make the numbers. That is one aspect of it. But tariffs are also continuously under pressure. And demand, of course, is there. And but because of falling tariffs, we are not able to see that kind of growth in terms of revenue. But we are trying to find new ways so that we can make it more feasible and possible for us to make a double-digit growth, at least 10% of growth. So we have worked out some strategies in this, and we are hopeful that we will be successful taking the growth of telecom business to 10% kind of.
Got it. The next is on the margins in the project business. This quarter, again, the EBIT margin was on the lower end. You said that the older project which had lower margin was completed. Any particular reason for this quarter having a margin of only 2.4%?
See, if you see like I've been telling even earlier also, so I think I remember it was half-yearly meet or I think maybe subsequent one, wherein I had been informing and sharing with you that sometimes we find an opportunity that the business area where we are entering, it is new area for us, and we sometimes have to take aggressive calls. So few businesses which we were to enter, like for example in education, we were to enter the education sector in a bigger way. So we had to take some forward calls, some aggressive calls, and that is the reason that Q4 this affected our margin. Otherwise, you can take this is only incidental to Q4, and overall, if you see, we have been able to make it better number if you see on complete financial year.
Got it. Got it. One on this project, on the cover side, what is the expected margin there we are working with in our projection? Will you be able to do a 5-6% kind of a
This will not be possible for us to share because sometimes these are business secrets, and because there's a lot of competition and people might take advantage of it. So, but certainly we will do our best because it is competition. It is not domination. But yeah, 8 to 10% we expect that we should be able to manage.
Got it.
But still, I don't want to really comment much upon it.
Fair enough, sir. Just one last.
And then, moreover, this all depends on the scope, the competition, because there are many factors. You come to know in a particular tender that sometimes market intelligence you get that so many bidders are interested, who are the parties who are participating, what kind of jobs they already have on their hands. So there are many factors. We decide accordingly.
That's correct. That's correct. On the edge data center, where are we now in terms of, I thought we have completed the tendering, right?
Yes. So there's a good news that we have onboarded a partner, and the partner has already started its survey, and this year we are expecting that 10 to 12 edge data centers will be operational, and next year we will take a good number of data centers. So by the end of this year, we should be getting the same reflected in our numbers maybe by Q4. Yes.
Okay. And what is the estimated revenue from that?
I won't be able to comment it right now because this is ultimately revenue share. But yeah, this year I won't be able to say much about it. Maybe.
But at a full blown, will this segment give us say 100 crores of annual revenue?
Yes, in the 2 years run, we can expect.
Okay.
Not right now.
No, I got it. When it matures, if it is big enough, we should be able to do 100. So that at least is a target for us. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Thanks for patiently answering.
Thank you, Sanjay.
And best of luck for the coming quarters.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask question. A reminder to all participants that you may press star and 1 to ask question. Participants can press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Sanjesh Jain from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yes, thanks for taking my question again. Sir, can you just share the annual revenue for our subsegment, NLD, ILD, and ISP?
So this year, let me. So, I'll give you the answer. Let me get the number. If you have any other question, in the meantime, I can. Segmental. What two details? Only quarterly, or you want annual?
FY24.
FY24, no? So, IP1, if we talk of, which is 238 crores.
Okay.
ISP 433 crores, and NLD was 591 crores.
And what was the contribution of railway and non-railway in the project?
In the project, railway project overall is 17% of the total revenue coming from railway. But project-wise, I don't have the exact breakup. Let me Railway project.
Okay.
Railway project is around 266 crores out of 1,302. So roughly, roughly 17%. I think that is the
17%.
yeah.
So railway was quite low in the projects this year, and that should, and this includes the VSS project. I think VSS itself.
VSS project actually could not be undertaken to the extent we expected, and that is also one reason that Q4 was affected, because there is some, if you see the on this thing, website of the MITI, so they have come out with the new guidelines for procurement of cameras and security related specifications have been given. So that is, we were though already following that, so that has affected slightly our supplies, and now those things are getting settled. So we should be able to finish this project this year. I think by end of December, we will be closing this project.
And that will be totally 800 crore was what we were expecting, right?
Yeah, it is close to 800. So some of it is already executed to the part, some part of it is already executed, and roughly close to 600 crore is remaining, which we are expecting to close this year.
Got it. I think that, and what is the Railwire ARPU and subscriber?
Railwire ARPU this year, because of competition again, so we had to tweak our tariffs also. And because of there's a lot of churning, new ISPs are also coming with very aggressive tariffs. So ARPU is slightly lower. It is 510 for this financial year. And numbers are close to 5.75 lakhs.
5.75 lakhs.
Yeah.
This have not grown
But
so much.
there is one good news in this. We have recently got an order from government of Gujarat, where it is subsidy-based model, and we have to provide broadband connectivity to 1 lakh households in Gujarat in next 1 year. So we hope that this will certainly give us boost, and we can take the same model when we successfully execute this to other states also.
And so how does this work? Customer doesn't pay and government pays for it.
Government will pay subsidy to us on each connection. We provide to the subscribers, to their homes.
So the overall ARPU, including the subsidy, will be equivalent to 500 rupees, or will it be lower than that?
No, that will, again, it will affect ARPU, of course, because the plans will be generally targeting the rural areas.
Okay.
So those plans may not be that heavy.
Okay.
But then consumption again would be not that much, and that is another part of it. So because urban area, generally consumption is more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what is the ARPU for this 100,000 new customers we are anticipating?
ARPU should be somewhere around 200.
Okay.
400 plus. It will be 400 kind of.
Annual
So
20.
we are yet to launch it. We are working on the tariffs and all. But this is very recent order. So we are still working on the tariffs, and we are free to fix the tariffs depending upon the target market.
Okay. Only the gap will be filled by the government.
No, not gap. There is a fixed subsidy.
Okay, it's a fixed subsidy.
Because there is one-time expenditure to provide this broadband to every home. So we all are, when we take a connection, we provide the modem, we have to lay some fiber and all that. So we have a partner who will be working with us, and they will be doing all this activity.
So we will be laying any fiber for this, because this will be more...
No, not really. No. See, Gujarat, BharatNet, they already have laid a lot of fiber within the state of Gujarat. So that fiber will be available for us to use. That is the actually basic tenet of this complete design the scheme of the government. And we will be sharing a part of revenue also to government of Gujarat.
Okay. And what is the CapEx expected for next year?
CapEx will be in the range of somewhere around 250 crores.
Okay. So 200 to 250 crores.
250 crores. Yeah, 200 to 250, but I think we will be able to make 250.
Okay. This is for FY25.
Yeah, mostly we will be spending on network expansion, enhancing our and data center also.
We haven't announced any dividend this time around. While we have generated a good cash flow in FY24, will that be taken separately, a board meeting for that, or how should one think about it?
Generally, we do this exercise at the time of AGM.
AGM,
So
correct.
again, so we have been doing this every year at the time of AGM, so we will do certainly.
So, got
We'll
it.
take it to the board and they take approval of board and then we'll announce.
Got it. That's clear. That's clear. Thank you, sir, again. Thanks for taking all the questions, and best of luck.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Dhavani Shah from Investec Capital. Investec, please go ahead.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for taking my question. Just wanted to understand how should we look at telecom margins for the next year?
Telecom margins.
Yes.
So it will be 20 to 22% in the range of 20 plus, basically 22% and close to that. Maintain the same.
And on the unallocated assets, can you help us understand why it's been such a big jump since last year?
Sorry, there's a lot of noise in the background. Can you talk?
Yeah. Can you just explain why there has been an increase in the unallocated assets?
Come again?
Why has there been such an increase in the unallocated assets versus last year?
Unallocated assets.
Yeah.
Give me some time, we'll answer to you. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
It is cash and bank balance.
Okay.
It is cash and bank balance.
Okay, because the jump, if you see in the asset segment that's given, it's from almost 25,000 lakhs to 1,14,000 as per given in the segment-wise assets and liabilities table.
Mr. Batra will be answering this question. He is GM Finance.
So primarily the cash and bank balances and certain other assets are also there.
He's talking of segmental. I think Dhavani he will find out the complete answer to your question. In the meantime, if you have any other questions, otherwise we will answer your question.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That's not matching what she's doing.
So, for next question.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Vishal Periwal from IDBI Capital. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. I think, sir, the previous participant, I think the question was like, there has been a changes in a certain, the amount has been moved from telecom services to unallocable assets. Even the project side, the line item in the segmental asset side, it has seen an increase. But at a company level, definitely, the net working capital or what we drive, it's not been major change. So the query was what the movement has been happening between the segments. So that was just to clarify that.
Thank you, Vishalji. Our finance team is just working on it.
Sure. And then, sir, a couple of maybe like reiteration, if I can ask. I think at a project segment level, there has been an improvement in the margins. If you look at FY24, that is an annual year basis. At a EBIT margin is 22%, which was around 20-odd%. I think though you have clarified, but can we say that like the margin pressure or probably like, the pricing pressure, which you also touched upon briefly in the call. So can we say that is mostly gone and probably things are looking better in the last second half or the fourth quarter? Can we say based on what you're seeing on the ground, sir?
No, actually, if we talk of project business, so many times, as I told you earlier also that...
So this was regarding telco, I think there we are seeing an improvement in margins.
Telecom pricing pressure is, yes, it is still there. It's going to be there. So Indian telecom sector is certainly much different from world over. This has been a different story, and in fact, all of us know that our telcos are always under pressure. In fact, Vodafone is struggling to come back. So that pressure is going to be there. That is the story of Indian telecom sector market.
Okay.
That will remain. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then, sir, in project segment, I think the order book continues to remain strong, and we are guiding touching 2,000 odd crore. So typically, when we get this order, can you share some name with whom do we compete to get these projects order?
It depends. We are working on different sectors. So many times they are private sectors like L&T or Airtel or Jio, Sterlite. So they are our competitors when we are working on system integrator kind of projects. Sometimes they are PSUs, our competitors, if the tender is mostly invited by the state governments among the PSUs. And even defense organizations are also inviting many times among the PSUs. So this is what, like Tata Communication, Airtel, they are from private sector side, City, if we talk of telecom sector. And Airtel and Jio, they are in system integration also sometimes when it is specifically having a sizable component of telecom business also. So they are our competitors.
Okay. And then, sir, this order book, how exactly are we seeing and any target that you have given to the team that the 4,700 odd crore, how do you see this in coming year? As execution will be pretty good, so there will be depletion, but what we are targeting in terms of inflow, any color?
On inflow of new order book? Orders you are talking about?
Yes, sir.
So we expect with the kind of tenders, including those from railways, we expect that we should strive to get orders of around 4,000 crore. New orders.
Okay. And this will also have an element of Kavach also, it will be part of it.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. And in this Kavach order, sir, the quadrant, is it already approved vendor by the railway?
They are in the process of approval. Prototype has already been approved and the proof of POC testing is underway. Field trial is underway. And now this is not a challenge. So once prototype is approved, then field trials, they have to tweak their softwares and maybe some hardware kind of devices. But now it is almost, so that is what we were waiting. We were in discussion with the quadrant for quite some time. And now we have signed an MOU with them. So mostly we will be bidding in the tenders with this product.
Okay. And then in this sir, edge data center, which you clarified. Can you share like who all our clienteles are? I think through whom we do this work. And again, like in India, any competitors also that you see in this sector, in this segment, that from a sector point of view, if you can give some color, will be helpful.
See, mostly we will be again eyeing government customers mostly because of many of the customers, they are comfortable when the data center activities, data center operations are managed by in-house government-owned entity, in-house team of government-owned entity, and that is where we are. So that is one. And second, many of the applications like video gaming applications, there the latency is a very important parameter, and the data center, the closer it is to the user, it gives you better performance. And similarly, these live events kind of IPL matches, even these OTT platforms like Hotstar, and then Netflix and many more, they are looking for best experience to their users, so that as close as possible they are close to the customers, subscribers, because the number of users are also increasing. Every time they require fatter pipe if you are somewhere away, and that introduces latency also. So these are the kind of prospective customers.
Okay. And
one more thing I would like to share with the investors through your question, that recently we have won an order from Prasar Bharati, where we are developing an OTT which is being actually based on the content provided by Doordarshan, and it will be very useful to the rural and remote areas. It will be popular in tier 3, tier 4 towns because of their taste, and it will be kind of even targeting the linguistic areas, like state-wise they can target. So that is a very good order which we have, and we are very much confident. We are very much excited about this. So that will also be one prospective user of our edge data centers.
Okay. Got it, sir. And then this Gujarat work you did briefly mention the subsidy will be given. The subsidy is on the capex, which is more like a modem router. Then the customer usually they have to take the plan and then they have to pay for it. Is that a business out there, sir?
In a sense, we'll say it is capex, but actually it is not directly capex. It is subscriber based. So every individual subscriber we add, we get the subsidy.
Yeah. But then on usual basis, once they are onboarded, there is no subsidy. On a monthly basis, they get a...
No. There's no recurring. There's nothing. No. Generally, the challenge has been in taking such kind of services to the rural and remote areas, that one-time expenses are sometimes prohibitive, and the operators, they see commercial angle and they don't have an early ROI, and then ultimately these services are not available to those folks, those masses. So that is the idea.
Okay. So basically the idea is like, the rail wire wherein the subscriber base could see some bit of improvement with these kind of initiatives which the government is taking, and then Railtel become a beneficiary. That's how one can read.
Yeah. So generally, actually Railtel subscriber base is mostly in rural areas. But then we were also facing this challenge that who will put this money, this one-time expenditure to take this services, these broadband services to the home. So sometimes there are some affluent subscribers in those areas, some SMEs in those areas. They take such services, but then public in generally was not very keen to start such services. So now with this kind of support from government, it will be possible. And one more fact that the BharatNet project has also actually provided this kind of huge fiber being laid in those states. And so that will take us closer to the subscriber base.
Okay. Good to hear this, sir. And maybe one last question. Overall, I think at a company level, I mean, we have been guiding 20-25% kind of revenue growth. So how do you see this in FY25 for us? This is my last question, sir.
You are talking of revenue guidance, revenue growth guidance?
Yeah. I think we had done
growing with the same 30% kind of growth. We are very much hopeful. We will continue with the same kind of growth over the next year.
Okay. Sure, sir. I'll come back in the queue for more, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Raj from Arjav Partners. Please go ahead. Sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Raj.
Mr. Raj, may I request you to unmute your line and speak, please? So, the line for Mr. Raj has been dropped. A reminder to all participants that you may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Deepak Purswani from Swan Investment. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, just wanted to understand about the data center business. You can throw some light in terms of what would be the megawatt capacity we would be looking out to add data, and what would be the revenue model in this kind of business?
So if you're talking of data center, then we are actually going to have a very small edge data centers at around 100 locations. And those will be somewhere around, I think if we put together complete capacity, so it will be somewhere around, I think, 20.
20 megawatt.
No, 20 kilowatts for each. 20 racks and 10 kilowatts each. So it is 20 megawatts. Roughly around 20 megawatts. A small 100, so it will be 0.2 megawatt in each location. 0.2 megawatt.
Okay. And sir, how would be our revenue model in this? This would be a core location with any of the government agency, or where we would be only getting the rented part, or this would be a completely different model from the data center point of view?
Yeah, so this is going to be a different model in the sense that the investment is being done by our partner, and because of our network connectivity, because of our access to the government and the trust government shows in a government entity, that kind of marketing we have already in the and then their own marketing capability. So this is a kind of combined effort we will be making, and this is a unique model. I think I don't know whether such kind of model already exists.
Okay. And so any thoughts once this would be operational, what would be the revenue potential we are looking at out from this business, and what would be the EBITDA margin we would be targeting for this business?
EBITDA margin, if we talk of, it will be in range of 10% or so, because this is on revenue sharing basis. Investment is being done by them, and we will be having our own marketing and sales teams available. So I suppose this will be in the range of somewhere around 10%.
Okay. And what will be the revenue potential from this
Revenue, I would say this 20 megawatt complete once it is rolled out, then it should give us around maybe close to somewhere around 100 crores of revenue.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir, for answering the question, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question. We would now conclude the call. On behalf of Railtel Corporation, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.